Trick or treat? Well, obviously treat. Yes, we like treats. But today in the silly kitchen, I'm not just gonna open up a candy wrapper and eat it. I'm gonna show you how to make a good little treat, because even though us adults don't get to go trick-or-treating, I for one really like hosting and having people over and having little parties, whatever the theme may be. So for Halloween, I'm gonna show you how to make some really yummy peanut butter chocolatey apple treats. I don't know what to call them. We'll figure that out when I have to post this video. All right, so if you want to try to make this at home for your guests, you're gonna need some apples. Pick your apples. I've got a Granny Smith and a Red Delicious variety, but whatever apple you want, you go get. We need some chocolate chips. I like milk chocolate, so that's what I have. We've got some Reese's Pieces peanut butter thingy-mabobbers. We've got pretzels, and we have smooth peanut butter. So that is everything that you need to create these delicious little snacks, plus an apple a day. Don't you feel a little healthy that we're gonna make something with apples? I do. Okay, to start, I want to melt my peanut butter and my chocolate chips. So peanut butter, I can just throw that in the microwave when I'm ready to have it all melted and delicious. Chocolate chips I find need a little bit more patience. So what I'm gonna do with these, because I have a couple other steps to do, is I'm gonna put this in a pot, like with the glass in it, in a little bit of warm water, and put it on really low heat, and then just kind of stir it on a very regular basis until I get that melted chocolate consistency that I want. So don't forget about your chocolate. Make sure you keep looking at it every once in a while just to make sure that you give it a little bit of a stir. Then the next thing we want is our apples. So like I said, I have two different apples that I'm gonna use. We're gonna go ahead and slice these up just like you would slice for a snack for your little ones, but keep them not too thick, because I want lots of these. So I'm just gonna give it a slice kind of like that. And obviously we're gonna pull these seeds out and make sure that we don't have any of that middle core in any of our slices. So just go through the whole apple and then take out the seeds and the core. I find it easier to slice it first and then kind of take out the little bits that you don't need. If you think any of the apples are a little too thick, you could give them another cut once you've taken kind of that hard stuff out that we don't really want to chew on. And I mean, I'm gonna keep these, I like the way that they're looking in terms of size, because I don't want them to be little tiny bite sizes. I want people to have at least 2 bites. I know 2 bites is better than 1, I guess. All right, and just make sure you go check on your chocolate as you're doing these little slices of apples as well. All right, chocolate's looking good. Now I'm gonna use one of each of my apples. The Granny Smiths are gonna be really tart, and my Red Delicious are gonna be a lot sweeter. So I personally really like the tart apples, but I know not everybody does. So for my guests, I wanna offer variety, plus I like that it's green and red, and there's gonna be lots of other colors kind of going all with it. And I like when food looks pretty. So make sure you give your chocolate a little stir, because it'll kind of melt faster as you move it around, because all the melted warm parts will help warm the non-melted parts. I know, real scientific type verbiage going on here. All right, so I feel like I've got all my apples pretty well ready to go. 2 types of apples, lots of slices, and all the cores have been taken out. So I'm gonna use a baking tray to kind of align these, because I like how easy it is to get them all on a flat surface. Oh, this one's just a little big. Let me flatten that guy out a little bit. The Red Delicious I cut a little thicker. Okay, so just line these babies up on your baking tray. We're not baking these, don't worry. There's not a lot to do with these guys. But like I said, I like how it's all flat and easy to kind of maneuver on here. So that's why I like using a baking tray. But also we are gonna need to put these in the fridge. So I do like that how cold a baking sheet gets, so that everything can kind of cool and stay together. So I'm gonna keep lining these. Oh, look at this tiny little guy. I gotta eat that. Oh, those are tart and yummy. Oh, I love a good tart apple. It's so versatile in cooking. You can pair it with so many different things. I love it, especially for a sweet treat like this. Okay, so we've got them all lined up and ready to go. Check on that chocolate one more time, and let's pop this in the microwave and get some good, delicious peanut butter into a nice, smooth, liquidy form. All right, so 30 seconds was actually probably a little long for my peanut butter, so I would probably suggest go with 12 to 15 seconds. It doesn't need that much time. Well, I mean, now I have a really nice drizzle. And my chocolate is nice and smooth and rich and creamy, and we're all ready for the next step. So I'm just gonna let my peanut butter cool down a little bit because I just wanna make sure that it sticks to my apples. So I'm gonna use just a little butter knife to start the drizzle of the chocolate. So just give it a nice little, hey. You don't wanna cover up the whole apple because we've got other stuff to put on it still, but we can definitely drizzle chocolate. Chocolate's my favorite sweet, even though I like cheese better than anything in the world. I think chocolate is one of my favorite sweet tooth type accompaniments. So I'm just kind of poking it on there, drizzling it on, and making sure that we cover every single apple with a little bit of chocolate. All right, I feel like all of them have enough chocolate on them, and there's a little bit of chocolate left over, so gotta have a little taste. Oh, milk chocolate. Oh my gosh, that is a sugar rush right in my mouth. All right, so our peanut butter has cooled down a little bit, so we are also gonna drizzle some peanut butter onto these apples as well. So this is more of a drizzle, so you can make it really pretty and just kind of, woohoo! Oh, I love the way this looks already. And if you want to skip the peanut butter and you just want to do chocolate, you could even do caramel. Those are options that you can do as well. I feel like my drizzling techniques today are on point. Okay. We have chocolate drizzle, peanut butter drizzle, now what? Okay, well, remember we had Reese's and we had some pretzels. Now, I like buying the pretzel sticks because I find with these guys, you can just kind of break them into pieces instead of kind of worrying about those other shaped ones, and stick them onto your apples. And see why we did the drizzle first? Because now our pretzels are gonna stick to all that gooey, sugary goodness. So again, just break these into pieces, big or small, and make sure we have every single apple with some pretzels. See what I'm doing here? Sweet and salty, and then tart from the apple. Oh, this is gonna be like a beautiful mix of deliciousness. I'm telling you, you gotta make this at home. All right, so gotta do this a few times, break them off, so it does take a couple minutes. Be patient because it's gonna be delicious. And if you drop one, oopsies, put it back in. Okay, almost there, guys, almost there. I don't even know how I'm gonna eat all of these because I'm filming this before any parties are gonna happen. So, guys, wish me luck. I feel like I'm gonna have to eat all of these to myself. I'm not worried. Okay, so far so easy, right? I just want a little pretzel there. The final step, our final ingredient, is Reese's. Now, the reason this is a Halloween recipe is simply because of the color of the Reese's that we're now gonna add to this. Orange and brown and yellow, and it looks like Halloween. So, same thing we did with all the other stuff. Let's put a couple Reese's right onto our apples, and obviously get it where the gooey stuff is so that it sticks onto there. And if you want to make them look a little more fun, you can squish them a little bit. Yeah, you know what? I don't like the way that looks. I'm just gonna eat that, and then we're gonna keep going. Now I like to put more than one Reese's on each apple because then it looks cool, but just make sure you don't have two of the same color. We want our food to look pretty. And lots of orange, because orange is like a pumpkin and pumpkins are Halloween, and this is a Halloween recipe. Okay, voila, you are finished. These babies are ready. Well, not really. What I would suggest is put these guys in the fridge, get it nice and cold, get all that chocolate and peanut butter to kind of harden again and keep all of those toppings on. And then once your guests have arrived or once you need a late night snack, you pull those out of the fridge and away you go. But I cannot end this show because there's always one thing left to do, and that is try it. And I'm not gonna make you wait around until I put this in the refrigerator. So I'm gonna take this gorgeous apple and I'm gonna try it. Oh my gosh. I know they look cute, but they taste really good. And I picked the Granny Smith apple, which I love that tartness and then all that sugar on top. Ooh. Well guys, happy Halloween. I hope you get no tricks and all treats.